Hi guys, this is Wenzes from Below the Radar Above the System, and now I want to talk about procrastination. I had a question from Esvin. I hope I pronounced your name right on the YouTube channel, and it was like dealing with procrastination and how to do it and so on. And yeah, I think like in one of the first videos I did, I talked about this specifically because in that time period for me, it was very hard to do something, and I was really low and really getting the momentum that is needed to like make things easier was very difficult. So I think the first thing we have to do is when we talk about or think about procrastination. Procrastination. Yeah, I never know how to pronounce it. Procrastination is to understand that probably if there's something you have to do and you don't want to do it, that mainly it's because you don't want to do it. Because there's so many things that if you're passionate about, you just do them. Like it's not even an issue. Most of the time when we procrastinate, it's because we don't see the value in it. And maybe then it's like the first and most important part is actually to understand that we don't care. Like let's say you tell yourself, oh, I have to lose weight, I have to go to the gym, and you don't want to do it. And then you say, but I want to lose weight and so on, and I want to be healthy and I want to be fit and so on, but apparently it's not that important to you that you rather go there and go to the gym every day because you don't know why you're doing it. Like there's the deeper motivation is missing. There are all those, I don't know. There's this story about telling like, oh, when do I know that I'm really motivated to do something and so on. And God, I don't even really remember that story, but it was like some kind of, an elderly person who knows everything, and he takes this young person and they go to the water, and the young person wants to know how to be motivated and how to survive and so on, and how to do something, and then the older person pretty much just shoves him down the water, and the younger person is just grasping for air and so on and fighting for its life. And then he pulls him up and he tells him something like this: unless you're feeling like this, unless you feel like you have to do something because otherwise you won't survive, you won't really do it. So yeah, there's some kind of things we have to do. Like we have to go to school or we have to go to work and so on, but there's still aspects that I think we do very often because we think we have to do them. Let's say you're at work and you hate the organization part of it. You hate that you have to organize stuff. You hate that you have to do like detail work and so on. And very often it's about understanding that maybe you should like just change your field a little bit. Maybe you shouldn't do like all those detail works altogether. That's the main thing. And I think once you kind of really understood what your main motivation is in life, then everything falls into place. Let's say we're still at that person who like says, I want to go to the gym and so on, and it never does it. So, but let's say that person understands, and the main reason is to like kind of understand what you want to do in life. Do you want to, make people happy? Do you want to make a difference by the things you know? What kind of impact you want to have? Or what kind of you need a purpose. And once you found that purpose, everything else falls into place. So for me, it was just understanding that I have to be vital. I have to be strong. So I have the energy to put those videos out, do all those things. If you look at my first videos, I'm so low. My energy level is so low, and I'm just fighting to survive. That was a point where I was really fighting to survive because I had lost any hope for life, any kind of understanding of what I need and what is important to me and what kind of purpose I have in life, just in general. It was all gone, and I was really fighting there. But now looking back at it, I understand that, okay, my motivation is to do those things. My motivation is to bring happiness. My motivation is to help people be more self-sufficient. So in order for me to be able to do that, I have to be happy and I have to be self-sufficient. And for me to be happy and for me to be self-sufficient, I have to have energy. I have to get excited about, easy stuff that I can attain really easily. Like you can train your mind. It's, for example, you can get excited. I never cared about clothes, for example, when I was younger. Like I didn't care. I didn't care how I looked. I looked like a bum 90% of the time when I went outside. I just didn't care. And I had to kind of start caring. I had to start caring, doing nice things for me. And it was like a lie. You lie to yourself. But there's really this point of deciding who you want to be. Just, deciding this is who I want to be, and then I'm going to train my mind to really be that way. And it takes time. It's not something you do from today to tomorrow and it happens right there. It takes time. And so that's why it's so important to understand what your highest motivation is. So I have all those motivations, and I understood my job, my real job, is not going to be my fulfillment. I want my job to be fun. I want it to bring me enough money so I can, have a nice life, and I don't want to work too much. And knowing that, I kind of had really strict rules about what I want in my job and what I didn't want in my job. So I never took on tasks that made me work in areas that I needed to motivate myself all the time. I stopped doing those things. I stopped at this point of, you're an adult. The only thing you have to do is die. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And it's not a shift, as I said, just now I change, but just generally changing more and more in direction of doing things that you want and that are good for you and that you find necessary for you to be full, because only when you're full you can overflow and give to people what your personal gifts are. I talked in the other video, the Enneagram 5 video, each type and each person, even within type, has different things to offer and different things they want to offer and all those things. So by doing more things that are important to you and that you feel like are going to bring you forward in life and where you want to go and who you want to be, you kind of become get the motivation for those things you want in your life. So I thought, I have to know more about politics. I have to know about more what politically is happening in the world. And I was so disappointed with myself that I was lacking the motivation to kind of look into those things, until I realized that I really don't care. I really don't care. And it's okay, because there are other things I care about with which I want to contribute to the world. There's so many areas that are important in life. There's this saying, I don't even know where it comes from, but we're all ignorant, just in different areas. There's no way we can understand everything. So you have to understand what is important to you and what kind of things you care about, and make an active choice to concentrate your thoughts on that, because otherwise your brain goes into those negative aspects and who you should be and what you should do in order for people to accept you and so on. But the truth is, you have to get to a point where you don't care about things that you don't care about. If you don't care about it, then people who care about it and who care for other peoples to care about it, it's okay when they don't like you, because they have their right to care about what they care and to think about people the way they want to think about, and you have the right to do what you want to do. And once you do that, then procrastination is not that big of an issue. I mean, it is maybe it can be difficult, and I'll talk about some tips now, but once you know why you're doing this, it happens naturally because you have no other choice. This is when you know it's wrong to hurt people, really know it's wrong and it hurts you to hurt them, and there's no way around it. There's nothing you can do, or you know it's wrong to kill people. You're just not gonna do it. It just happens, and you get more and more into those things about what is important to you, where you want to be. If you want to be, for example, if you don't have a reason to be fit, why should you be fit? Because you think, what, so people like me? What, so they think I look good? It probably not really gonna matter to you. If it's For me, everything changed once I found my purpose. And then I was like, okay, I need to be vital. I need to feel strong. I need to feel energetic. So I have the strength to get up in the morning and do those things. And I want to look good when I do those videos, for example. So I started caring more about how I look because I knew that it makes me feel a little more secure. Yeah, of course, if you're like the superhuman, you're not gonna care, and you just everything you care is, the information you put out. But for me, it made me feel a little better, because then there's one less thing I have to worry about. Oh, how does my hair look here? How that, or so on. And I could really care about my real input and what I care about and what is important to me. And once you have that, then the procrastination part is just secondary. But just for some tips in general, once you've gotten to a point like this, the point is to not really push it all the way through from the beginning. So let's say you want to work out, and I just take this as a complete example because for sensing inferior types like ENFP, ENTP, INFJs, INTJs, specifically like labor stuff is rather not like their main hobby. It's about getting a routine and a habit that is fulfillable for you for the long run. Or if you're like, you have to do detailed work and whatever it is, putting some kind of output out there. Make it a routine and spread it as far away as possible. So for example, with my videos or with working out, I said, okay, so now I'm just gonna work once a week. And I know I can work out once a week for the rest of my life, unless you're, I don't know, away or you have a new job or so on. But the way my life is right now, I can really work out once a week, and I can do my videos once a month. And you do that. Don't say, yeah, I'm gonna work out every day and I'm gonna do this every day. Spread them out in an amount where right now, the way I feel right now, this is something I can do for the longer run. And just get used to it. Make it a routine. Get it to a point where you don't really see it as a task. It's just something you do. Like you wake up and you eat breakfast. And when those things happen, and once you get used to that, you can make the frequency small. Like you can make the frequency faster. I don't know, just make like the space in between those times smaller and smaller. So for example, with those videos, first I did it once a month or every other like 5 or 6 weeks or something. Then I had it that I did, or a video every other week, or all 3 weeks. Then I started doing 3 videos every 3 weeks, and now I've gotten to a point where I'm doing like videos once a week. But there was a time period between each session, between each area, because I needed this inner feeling of motivation and of strength. Like half a year ago, there's no way I could have made 3 videos each week, because every time I go and make those videos, I have to get pumped up. I have to get ready, I have to prepare stuff. It was mentally just too draining for me to do it that often. And that's how it is also with working out and so on. You have to start small and be understanding that, especially for intuitive dominance, it's very, very important that you start really small and make it a habit, and then just like pump it up. And just slowly, gradually, slowly, you do more and more and more, and it becomes easier. It becomes a habit. Making something a habit and a routine is what makes a difference. And then you can create incredible things without even having to completely, torture yourself. It just happens naturally. But the most important thing is that you know why you're doing it. If you just say, oh, I want to work out because this is what you're supposed to do, this is what other people find cool, you're not going to do it. Like, there has to be a reason for you to do the things you do. And then everything else makes sense, and you can really attack those things that are important to you and start with this frequency thing of making the periods in between smaller and smaller. But always make sure you have enough time on that frequency to get used to it, so it's no big deal for you. You can just do it, and it's not a hassle. And once you get there, you can go up. Okay, that's it on procrastination, and talk to you soon. Bye.